Intense aerial drone clips show vehicles being chased down and blasted as Ukraine continues to advance on Russian soil. Heart-stopping footage shows Ukrainian soldiers preparing the drones to launch at Russian enemies in action movie-style clips. One brave soldier is then holding a remote controller and watches the drone fly off into the blue sky. Dramatic clips then show numerous kamikaze drones wiping out Putin's forces. Viewers see plumes of smoke billowing after drones successfully hit Russian vehicles. Another shows an incredible aerial shot from the drone's point of view, hovering over a vehicle speeding down a road alone before the drone catches up. Footage then cuts out, and the screen turns static, implying that the vehicles were successfully hit. Other clips then give viewers the aftermath of drone hits from a different angle. One shows a massive orange fireball explode, completely wrecking the vehicle. Another shows an incredible aerial shot from the drone's point of view, hovering over a vehicle speeding down a road alone before the drone catches up. Footage then cuts out, and the screen turns static, implying that the vehicles were successfully hit. Other clips then give viewers the aftermath of drone hits from a different angle. One shows a massive orange fireball explode, completely wrecking the vehicle. The last shows Russian soldiers desperately running for the vehicle before it erupts into flames. Kyiv's daring forces have been pushing into villages across the Russian border since August 6th, amid the first-ever invasion on Russian soil since World War II. Since Kyiv's bold advances into Kursk, troops have been busy blowing up Vlad's bridges. Footage showed a series of rocket attacks as bridges get blown to pieces. Video also showed Ukrainian defense forces demolishing Russian field munitions, fuel depots, a radio-electronic warfare complex, and a 152mm D-20 gun, a Ukrainian military officer told the Kyiv Post. Kyiv admitted on Wednesday for the first time that it had used US-made weapons in its Kursk incursion, with Washington yet to respond. Military officers say the strikes were carried out with the intention of cutting off Russian supply routes being used to plan attacks against Ukraine. Another reason for demolishing Russia's pontoon bridges is to demoralize Moscow's forces. Russian ambassador to the US Anatoly Antonov has since claimed a planned Russian response to the Kursk incursion is imminent. Quoted by Russia's TASS news agency, he said, "I tell you sincerely that the president, Vlad, has made a decision. I am firmly convinced that everyone will be severely punished for what has happened in Kursk region." He didn't elaborate on Vlad's plans, although his comments come after the Kremlin leader held a crunch meeting on Thursday. Among the invitees were governors of border regions, more than a fortnight following Ukraine's launch of the biggest invasion into Russia since the Second World War. Antonov told another Russian news agency he believed the US would soon lift any restrictions on the use of American-made weapons in the war. Russian tanks and infantry backed by powerful artillery and airstrikes captured a key settlement and gained new ground in the eastern Donbass sector on Tuesday, according to field and media reports. Ukrainian troops fighting at a 4-to-1 firepower disadvantage were widely reported to have abandoned Novohrodivka, a sizable town with a pre-war population of 14,000, after failing to halt frontal assaults by Kremlin forces in 3 days of urban fighting. However, by Wednesday morning, Ukraine's military had not officially acknowledged the loss. Ukrainian mainstream and social media on Wednesday said Kyiv's troops had been pushed out of Novohrodivka. The news magazine Focus, citing frontline reports, said Ukrainian commanders were attempting to construct new defense lines centered on a coal mining slag heap to the west. But Russian assaults were continuing. Russian information platforms widely confirmed capture of Novohrodivka, calling it a clear victory, and proof the Kremlin's Donbass offensive is gaining momentum. The widely read and Moscow-loyal DVA Mayora Telegram information platform reported to more than 500,000 followers. The pace of our attacks is accelerating. The Washington, D.C.-based Institute for Study of War, ISW, in a Tuesday situation update said, Russian forces have made significant tactical advances in the Pokrovsk direction, amid reports that Ukrainian forces have withdrawn from select areas southeast of Pokrovsk. Total Russian control of Novorodivka could not be fully confirmed from independent sources, but there was no question Kremlin forces had advanced 2 kilometers in recent days and pushed strong forces in the town deep into Ukrainian defenses struggling to hold their positions, that analysis said. Some Ukrainian mill bloggers, without offering evidence, claimed evacuation of Novorodivka by Kiev's troops was panicked, and defenders abandoned weapons and left in a rout. The ISW report said that there was evidence at least some Ukrainian forces had fallen back in good order.
Выстрел!
Готовность. Орудие!
Выстрел!